I'd like to ask you a question. What was the best thing that happened to you so far today? Now, your day may have just started. You could be drinking your hot morning cup of coffee and thinking, well, nothing, so far at least. I'm here to tell you why that morning cup of coffee, or whatever else made you feel even a glimmer of joy this morning, is just as important as any of the other amazing things that you may achieve throughout your day. Appreciation. It's a skill we rarely take time to consciously exercise. However, I'm here to emphasize why appreciation is a skill that we should all be practicing in our daily lives to the fullest extent. My story starts around 8 years ago. Like other grade 6 students, I was playing hockey, spending time with friends, when I started developing symptoms. At first, they were relatively tame. I'd get a headache every now and then. I'd come home from school and make a beeline for the couch. Over the course of the next year, my symptoms got exponentially worse. My days consisted of tremors, migraines, loss of strength, to the point where all the activities I once did easily became a significant struggle. It was evident that something was wrong, and sure enough, my MRI revealed an inoperable brain tumor. The next year and a half was a flurry of frequent hospital visits, including a brain surgery and a 70-week chemotherapy protocol. I was extremely fortunate, however, as I was able to continue attending school and participating in the sports that I'd always loved. Throughout this time, I began to learn the importance of practicing gratitude in my daily life. After spending prolonged periods of time in the hospital, I learned to appreciate life at its simplest. Undergoing chemotherapy treatment made me realize everything I'd previously taken for granted, from throwing a frisbee in the small patch of grass outside the hospital to seeing my favorite nurses, began to make a significant difference in my mental well-being. Even daily tasks as seemingly ordinary as attending school or seeing friends became something I looked forward to every single day. It became a tradition to go for a slice of pizza after each chemo treatment, giving my younger self something to look forward to every time I visited the hospital. During difficult times in life, making an effort to acknowledge and be thankful for seemingly minor occurrences is an excellent strategy to keep your head up. All too often in our busy lives, we tend to forget about the little things in life. Yet being aware of our small victories is essential to eventually achieving bigger ones. Sometimes, gratitude can look like appreciating your current circumstances in life and helping others in your community. Early on in my treatment, I had the opportunity to share my story at a local primary school, where students were learning about perseverance in life. It was only my second time sharing my story, so naturally I was pretty nervous. A day after the talk, I received an email from a mother of one of the students. The student's mother stated that her second grade son had been motivated by the speech and decided to go door to door in his community, collecting donations for the local children's hospital. But the young boy emphasized that this was only the beginning, as he had big plans to continue supporting the hospital. He decided to organize a ball hockey tournament in his community, inviting everyone from local school friends to professional athletes to join him in his fundraising efforts for the children's hospital. To say that this experience changed my life would be an understatement. I'd never realized the impact that even small actions could have on people and the community as a whole. To this day, I'm inspired by this young boy's initiative and humbled that my small actions would have such an impact. Practicing gratitude on a daily basis is a strategy that everyone can learn, and frankly, the time commitment often seems to be far outweighed by its potential benefits. The effectiveness of gratitude has been re-emphasized time and time again by psychological and scientific studies. In the past few years, a plethora of research studies at various universities around the world have come to the same general conclusion. Gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. An actionable technique that I've learned over the past few years is a slight variation on journaling. At the end of each day, write down at least one thing that made you smile that day. It can be something as big as seeing a friend for the first time in years, or something as small as seeing the sunset on your walk home from work. Whatever it is, even if its positive impact was tiny, write it down. Over time, you'll be able to look back on these seemingly minor memories and remember something you would have otherwise completely forgotten. To this day, I continue to share my story at local fundraising events in support of the charities that have shown me love since my diagnosis. As I've grown up, I've gained a whole new level of appreciation for the simple things in life. Being out of treatment for a few years, I often look back to the much more difficult times in my life, helping me to put my current daily struggles in perspective for just long enough to realize how fortunate I truly am. In our daily lives as students, our minds quickly get filled with upcoming assignment due dates and other daily stressors. All too often, we get caught up in the day-to-day and forget to appreciate life right in front of us. We tend to forget about the simple things each day that make us smile, even for just a moment. But by taking a second to be grateful for what we have, hopefully we can grow and improve our lives as a whole. Realizing the value of appreciation in my life and recognizing the opportunities that I have to do good has allowed me to live life to the fullest during even my most difficult times. As 80s movie legend Ferris Bueller so wisely put it, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. So the next time you find life whizzing by you, take a moment to reflect. What are the tiny things that made you smile today? And while you're at it, try making the day better for someone else. Thank you.